This is exactly how you use Pomodoro as an A-star student. There is mainly 4 key levels to using Pomodoro. Let's start with level 0. At this stage, you'll basically study for 25 minutes and then you go on a break and you don't plan any task on beforehand. And sometimes you get off tracks in your breaks. You might go watch a whole Netflix episode of an hour because you just felt like it. And sometimes you even get off track during your focused periods where you're meant to be studying, mostly because you don't know how to keep the focus in the first place. Now, level 1. You use a little something called Pomodoro, which is another part of basically Pomodoro, which is you basically work until you get in the flow, and then once your flow breaks, that's when you stop working and you take a break. You plan out everything you want to do beforehand. This leaves out the friction of trying to think about what you're going to do exactly and what your exact goal is, because you already planned that out beforehand. And Pomodoro is good because quite literally you're not stopping to study until you need a break. The main problem with Pomodoro is that you get in the flow and then you have to take a break. That whole thing gets rid of in level 1. Now, level 2, on the other hand, is you basically test with intervals. You test with what you need to do. Like, you'll test with 30-minute sessions, you'll test with 1-hour sessions, you'll test with 2 hours and figure out what works best for you. And then you also might use the techniques of just doing a task for each Pomodoro session. So maybe your first Pomodoro, you're just trying to figure out an outline of an essay. The second one, you're actually writing the first half of the essay, and then the third one could be you finishing the essay. You use Eat the Frog, which is basically you do the hardest task first, which leads to basically your sessions afterwards being much easier, reason because you are finished with the hardest tasks at the first session. With level 3, you work without using Wi-Fi. You work in the morning and you use a clean environment. And now we're going to go on to level 4, which is the uncharted territory. Basically, level 4 is sort of a combination of all 3 of these levels, except for level 0. And this is where all the true A-star students lie, which is they don't use Pomodoro. Quite literally, I haven't spoken to one person who consistently does straight A's and A-stars and does Pomodoro. What they normally do is they do long, deep work sessions. They'll sit down and study for an hour, 2 hours, and then go take a break and do whatever they want. That's what the true A-star students do. The people who use Pomodoro, it's alright at a starting stage, but once you move out and you build on your focus, the amount of focus you can keep for a certain period of time, you need to build up that mental stamina and do longer deep work sessions. You need to do the longer deep work sessions in the morning without Wi-Fi, because you download all of your resources in a clean environment. You need to do the hardest tasks first. And that's where the true A-star students lie, because quite literally they don't do Pomodoro. I haven't met one person who consistently does A's, A-stars, and doesn't study too long to do Pomodoro. Pomodoro is normally done by people that just don't have that good of a focus. And if you want to know more about Pomodoro and is it still a good study technique, it's the last video that I made. So go click on that, join my free Discord for free coaching calls, and basically how you can study only 2 hours a day and consistently score A-stars. Goodbye.